Well, we finally know where Al Horford's going to go. He's coming to the 76ers. Joel Embiid does not have to worry about Al defending him down on the post because he is the new addition to the Philadelphia 76ers. We give him a whopping 4 years, $109 million. Ew. Disgusting. I'm not so happy with this signing at all. I think that's a lot of money for a guy that is a little past his prime. He's going to bring good leadership to this team. He's a good defender down on the post. I just don't know how he's going to work well with Ben and JoJo and the rest of the guys. We know he can hit threes while he's out there. Not a big fan. And I also saw that we traded Jimmy Butler to the Miami Heat. They're working on a finalized deal, but Jimmy is now going to go to Miami. We just have to see what those pieces are going to be. But we do definitely know that Al Horford is the newest piece to the 76ers. Again, I'm not happy with this deal at all. I think you paid way too much to get a veteran of Al Horford's caliber. You lose a guy like Jimmy Butler and J.J. Redick, who scored 18 and 20 points respectively, to a guy in Al who, averaged, 12 to 13 points last year. I just don't see how you're going to replace two of those guys with a guy like Al Horford. That is a bad move. I don't know what the hell Elton Brand is thinking. I'm really curious to see who we land in that Heat trade. I don't know. This Al Horford deal is really leaving me scratching my head. That is a lot of money. You would rather pay Al Horford than bring Jimmy Butler back. What the hell? I don't understand that. You're saying you don't want to pay over the tax, and then you're going to go give Ben all this money. Like, that is so much pressure onto making this guy develop before you do anything. The reason I think you're not bringing Jimmy back, well, one, because we just signed Al Horford to all this freaking money, and B, you're going to pay Ben Simmons all this money before he really has done anything. I would extend Ben after he shows me something this season. After this year, then you pay that man some money. But to get Horford for that type of money, yuck. Not a fan of that at all. I would have taken Al Horford for a lot less money. But come on, dude. You way overpaid for him right now. And there's got to be more into the Jimmy Butler trade than just Josh Richardson. There has to be. Yeah, Josh Richardson's nice. And I'm assuming Adebayo is going to be in that trade, and I'm praying Tyler Herro is. Because I also heard that the Heat are trying to acquire Bradley Beal. Now, that would be something. But Al Horford for $109 million. Yuck, man. I would have rather had Jimmy Butler back. You're not willing to pay that money, and you're going to pay Al Horford, who I think is, 3 years? 3 years older than Jimmy? Is he 32 or turning 33? I don't know. I know he ain't a spring chicken. I know he's a little long in the tooth at that point, and he wanted to get paid. That's why he opted out of Boston and came to their rival, which I think is funny. Hopefully he benefits us like he always would come to Philly and hurt us, but $109 million. That is awful. That seems like a Colangelo move to me. I hope I'm wrong on this, but he does stuff well. He's going to bring leadership to this young team. He's a good defender on the post. You can stretch him out, and he can hit a three. He can hit a jump shot. I do like his defensive prowess. It seems like that seems to be the Sixers' biggest notion right here is defense, 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 defense. And if he can hurt other teams like he hurt us with his defense and his ability to stretch out and hit the three from time to time, cool. But for $109 million, I would have rather brought Jimmy back than sign Al Horford, in all honesty. But this getting rid of Jimmy, honestly, it points to the fact that you're going to pay Ben Simmons an extension this year before he's even proven anything. And I don't like that move because you're going to pressure him. You're rushing him into develop into something. And they're so paranoid, so worried that he's going to leave town if you don't offer him a max, which I think is bogus that you're letting the player dictate anything. You're the front office. You find out, you make the moves, you make the decisions, not the other way around. But Al Horford is the newest 76ers. So once I find out the definitive pieces in the Jimmy Butler trade, we do know that we are doing a sign and trade with Miami Heat. All I know now is Josh Richardson is in that deal. He's a shooting guard that can defend and shoot the three. He's gotten better every year he's been in the league, so that's a decent get. You get younger at that position where you lose Jimmy, but I also want to know who else is in that deal. I really hope Tyler Herro is in that deal, and Bam Adebayo fills up another couple pieces. I just don't really get the Al Horford signing for $109 million. You overpaid for Al Horford. That is an overpay, guys. Tobias Harris, not so much. Al Horford, way too much money for his age. Way too much. So we will see what happens. All right. Hopefully, Sixers are not done, but big surprise of free agency so far. Very big surprise. Elton Brand, I hope you have more tricks up your sleeve, bro. And not like this. Don't want to spend way too much money to where we're paying for taxes that we don't need. I would have rather, again, had Jimmy back if you're really going to shell out all that type of money. So we will see.